Hello there. I want to talk to you a bit about stropping because stropping is fundamental to straight razor shaving. Stropping is the way that you maintain the edge of your straight razor so that you can extend time between hones. And simply explaining stropping, I'm going to use uh, your kitchen knives as an example that you probably will understand a lot better. And this is my understanding. There's debate about whether or not anything else happens with stropping, but I know that this does. On your kitchen knives, if you have the block that sits on your counter, or you see the chefs on TV and stuff like that, they have what's known as a steel, and what it is it's a rod that's either made of steel or ceramic. It's got a handle on it, and they hold that rod in their hand, and before they go to cut anything, they take their chef's knife or whatever knife it is they're going to cut with, and they run it across that steel. Now, most people think that what that steel is doing is sharpening the edge of that knife. It is not. That steel is realigning the edge of that blade so that it is straight and that already sharp blade that was taken out of alignment through use is lined back up into a straight edge so that it can cut. Because when you cut with a chef's knife, the edge on the chef's knife is so fine that the edge starts out like this when it first is honed. But when it cuts, if you were looking at the edge straight up and down, instead of having a straight line, what happens is the edge gets moved out of alignment and it's wavy. Parts of it are on this side, parts of it are on that side, and it ends up going from looking like this to looking like that. And what the steel does is it straightens that all back out, that wavy line, it makes it straight again, so that the edge that's already sharp, it's just out of alignment, will cut. That's the same thing your strop does. The difference is that the edge on a straight razor is infinitely much finer than the edge that's on a kitchen knife, so you would not want to use a steel on a straight razor, so we use what's known as a strop. So let's move down to the strop. This is an Illinois 206. It's a 2-inch strop, so I'll be using an X stroke. I would encourage you not to be afraid of narrow strops. Everybody wants a 3-inch because they say you don't have to learn an X stroke. The X stroke is really simple. It's not that big of a deal. And you can find this strop, for instance, is 35 bucks. And it's a good, solid piece of smooth leather and a good cloth component. That's what you need. You need good leather and good cloth. That's it. The width, that's to your preference. But there's many people learned on a 2-inch strop. It's not that big a deal. But anyway, you've got your strop. A couple of things to understand about it. This strop has a metal clamp with a bolt there that clamps this leather, and this cloth together. And then it's got a little swivel thingy with a hook on the end, a clip on the end of it, so that and I've got it tied to here. I have a hook down underneath my counter, but this is a better angle to show you what I'm doing. So that's why we're here. But it has this little clip here, and it has leather handles that are sewn together, and they're sewn onto this leather. So there's a lip here as well. This also has an embossment, and I can feel that really well under my finger. So when I go to strap on this razor strop, I don't want to hit this, or even that with the edge of my straight razor. Now some of them, your strop may be different. Some of them will have a leather cap on this end, but you wouldn't want to hit the edge of that just the same way as you wouldn't want to hit the edge of this. So let me get my razor. And when you get your strop, what you want to do is you want to take it and pull it taut, not tight. Let me lay this razor down. I forgot one other thing. Don't be afraid to close your razor and set it down. Be safe. When you get ready to use a strop, what you want to do is you have natural oils in your hand. And unless the manufacturer tells you that you need to treat your strop, the only treatment that strop needs if you use it regularly is the oils from the palm of your hand or your forehead or the side of your nose or behind your ear or wherever you can get, if you got dry hands, wherever you can get some oil off of your skin. And you pull it taut. Now I'm comfortably holding this. There's some give to it. I'm not yanking on it like crazy. See, my door tried to open there. My door's not moving. I've just barely got it pulled where it's straight. It'll give. That's natural. You want to take the palm of your hand. This is when you come to the leather side. You don't have to do this with the cloth side. When you come to the leather side, you're going to take the palm of your hand. You want to rub that until the leather warms up a little bit. And what you're doing is you're rubbing the oils off your hand onto this leather and conditioning it. That's what you're doing. So, all right, let's get our straight razor out. Normally, you would start on the linen unless you just have a plain leather strap, and you can do just fine with just a plain leather strap. It'll do the job. The linen is optional, but I think it adds to the party, and there are other reasons that I will cover in another video. Some incidental things about razors and straps and stuff like that. But right now, what you do, you take that razor, and what I'm doing, this is an X stroke. You don't have to do an X stroke. You can do a windshield wiper type deal if you want to. That's not a big deal. But the X stroke is not difficult to learn. You simply are laying your razor like that, coming across, and then starting again here. If you want to get a 3-inch, be my guest. I still think an X stroke is much, there's a lot of benefit to the X stroke. I think the edge is more evenly honed or stropped on some razors with an X stroke. But anyway, you don't have to. But I just wanted to demonstrate that. But what you're doing is you're taking this razor and you're going to put the razor on the strop, and when it's moving, what you want is you want the spine and the edge both to be touching the razor strop with the same amount of pressure, no pressure actually, but you don't want torque this way or torque that way. You want them to lay flat in that apex, that wedge shape. You want it to lay flat along the stone so that there's no emphasis on the spine, no emphasis on the edge, but they are flat and even, and you don't need any pressure. And one of the things that will make you nick your strop is if you stop with that edge on the strap, which is why I'm using this, because I'm demonstrating and I'm going to stop a couple times, and I'd rather, if I was to cut, which is a lot less potential for that on this cloth than it is on the leather, then I want to cut my cloth and not my leather. But anyway, the goal is that when you're moving, both that spine and that edge are evenly contacting the surface of that strop, whether you're using cloth or whether you're using leather. To do that, what you want to do it safely, you don't want to just lay your razor on your strop like this, because if you do that on the leather side, you are going to cut that strop a little bit. It's going to happen. So you want to put the spine down on the razor first and begin to move. And as you move, you want to drop that edge down until it contacts the strop. And you see this speed? That's all the speed that you need to strop a razor with. You don't have to pull it like King Kong. You don't need pressure, and you don't need to fly like Superman down that strop. Nice, slow, and easy. Do however many you want on this leather side. Before I shave, I'll do 20 or 30 on the leather side, on the cloth side, and then I'll flip over and double the number I did on the cloth side. On the leather side. That's it. That's how you strop. Learn it. Get a good quality strop. Learn how to use it. Be proud of it and take care of it. And you will get better shaves. All right. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later.